Good afternoon, happy Saturday, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick get ready with me. I do have an event in a couple of hours. Usually I do not try out new products when I have somewhere important to go. But because of the brand that I'm using today, I have a lot of faith in these products. So hopefully I will not regret this. But I did pick up the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. I have the shade Lagos 240. The camera will focus. And there's been plenty of videos about this foundation. So it's not a new foundation, but it is new to me. I watched a couple of videos before I purchased this product because I didn't want to make the mistake of purchasing a shade that wasn't my shade, because I don't like to take things back to the store. So hopefully I got something that was my shade. So I got the foundation in Lagos. I also picked up the I Am Magic powder foundation, and I have the shade Burkina Tan 3, and I'm going to use it to try to use it to set underneath my eyes. And this is how the shade Burkina looks. I do have a concealer already from them that is in the shade 12. But I did pick up a new foundation today in the shade 9. Just because I wasn't sure which shade will go better. So this is 9 and this is 12. 12 is normally what I use. So I may be using 12, but just as a backup, I purchased number 9. Foundation, powder, concealer, all of the other products, eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, I already have. Primer I already have. So if for some reason I decide not to use the foundation powder, then I am going to use the Dominique Cosmetics new Rosita Brightening Pink Smooth and Blur Powder. But I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. The next portions of this video, I'm not sure if I'm going to speed through, which are the sculpting of my brows, priming, and everything before going in to apply the foundation. But before I do any of that, we're going to check this shade to see how close in my shade match I am. I did swatch Cameroon, Lagos, and I think the other one was Accra. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm trying to remember the letters, but I think it was Accra. This does have a scent to it. It's a pleasant scent to me. It's not a scent that bothers me. I was very upset with how the Juvia's Place area was in the Ulta that's close to me. I appreciate them for having the swatches out. I really do. But it just seems like the items were set up there for you to swatch, and nobody goes there to clean. So I had, there was some Clorox wipes at the station. I don't know what they were doing at that station, but I went over there to get the wipes to wipe off all of the makeup before I actually touched it. It just wasn't presentable for customers, in my opinion. But I did tidy it up as best I could, and went ahead and started to swatch the items that I was interested in. So again, I have the shade Lagos, and it does tell you to shake it up really well. It gives you a 30% bonus of products, so 40 milliliters. It says 40 milliliters for the price of 30. Excuse me. Trying to see. It has vitamins A and C, and it's buildable, medium coverage, and it's supposed to leave your skin hydrated with a natural glow. So I think it should be shaken up enough. I'm going to do the swatches of it without any product on my face, just so I can see how close it is to my shade. As you all can see, my chest and neck area is just a hint darker than my actual face. Normally, I gravitate towards foundations that are a hint darker than my shade as well. For you all that are my shade twin, just for reference, if this is my color, I do wear 420 in Fenty. I have Marquises in NARS. I have Marquises and Macau. In Born This Way Too Faced, I have Butter Pecan and Chai. I have 57Y in Sephora, but I know that that's not my shade. I just continue to use it because I like it. But those are the main products that I use. Oh, in Uma Beauty, I am the shade Brown Sugar T3. And in the LYS foundation, I use DG6. Okay, so we are going to... we are going to go ahead and get started. For the NYX Blur Tint, I have 16 Warm Caramel. And I think I could have gone a bit darker with this, but I like the way that it looks, so I decided to keep it. Because once I put everything else on there that I want, it's fine. So, okay, we're going to swatch. And I did have a hard time getting it out of the top as well. Not sure what's up with that. That's how it looks on my hand. And this is how it looks on my skin. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute to see how that looks. And while that's sitting, I'm gonna go ahead and lay my brow hairs down with my e.l.f. brow lift. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm going to take a spoolie. Just put a little bit of product. And I brush them up. My stomach is just growling. I'm so sorry. I mean, it is showing out. Let's see what time it is for reference. 5:56. The event starts at 6, so I'm already late. But I just found out about it last night, so it's okay. I have another mirror here that I normally use for my brows, so. And then once I comb them upward, they're actually growing too. I have to tell y'all about the product that I've been using. But once I comb them up, then I just go and lay down all the stragglers. It's actually time for me to get my brows waxed. Okay, and we're gonna let this gel dry a little bit down as well. So this one looks like it is completely dry. Let me see if I can brighten my light a little bit. Yeah, this one looks like it's completely dried down or drying down. And so hopefully you can see it on my skin. So it looks like I did pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and moisturize and prime. And I'm not switching up my routine as far as the products that I use for that, because this is going to help me to tell if I like it or not. If I switch up something, then I don't truly know if it works with my go-to products that are here at my vanity. So I'm going to stick to what I know. Moisturizing with the Pond's Perfect Color Complex. And I think I'm wearing a wig, so I just laid my hair down. But I'm not sure. The only other option I have is to wear a wig, a hat, or a scarf, because my stylist is not here. So she is off living her best life. So I have to do what I have to do. And I am going to use, nope, I'm going to use, well, yeah, I'll use e.l.f. I was going to use milk, but I can use e.l.f. They pretty much do the same thing, so. And this is about gone. Oh, sticking myself in the eye. It's so quiet. I just washed this brush. I just washed all of my brushes. So I gotta use it a couple of times before it starts to act right, I guess. Okay, so I'll let that dry down. And while I am allowing that to dry down, I just realized that I washed my brushes, so I don't have them right here by me. So I need to take a moment to grab them. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I am ready now. I'm using what's left of my Wet n Wild Summer Brown pencil to sculpt my brows. Okay, so that one is done. When I tell you my stomach is acting up, baby. She is showing out today. I had a client today, so I have not eaten. I'm going to grab something on the way to my event. Okay. I need something dry. Where is... forgot to get me some Kleenex, a box of Kleenex when I went to Walmart earlier today. And I did not know that the Walmart on How Mill was closed down. I took my son there today and we didn't get anything from Walmart. But we did go to, we wanted to go to TJ Maxx. We did go to TJ Maxx and I went to Ulta and we got some things from Home Goods. And then we just came on home. And I'm just taking this alcohol wipe and cleaning underneath there. And I'm going to clean the top in a minute. Okay, to conceal my brows, I am still working on this Conceal and Perfect from Milani in the shade 155 Cool Sand. I am using it up until there is no more. I do have other shades of this, but I'm using this one up before I move on to another one. I'm going to take I'm going to use a Expert Concealer brush from Real Techniques. It's the brush number 210. Just to press and blend this concealer in. And then I'm going to move on to my other eye. I have some packages coming today that I forgot about from Amazon. So I will have to have my family to be on the lookout for those things because I will not be here. Trying to make sure that where I'm going is not too far from where I live. And just an update on my car. I still do not have my car. It was stolen and recovered on December the 8th. Because I have a car that is easy to take, the parts are on back order because there are a lot of vehicles of that same make and model that are being stolen. So today is March 11th and I have not had a car since December 8th. So that's that. I'm just trying not to let that get me down because Because other than that, life is good. So just trying to stay focused on the positive, more positive things at this point. Okay, and I'm going to take that same Q-tip and I'm just going to use the other end. And I spray it with alcohol, but I just tap it on something dry so that it's not as wet. And I am just going to clean up the top of my brow. Now I take that same one, the other side of the one that I just used, so that side. And I'm going to clean up the top of the other brow. Looks like I brought that one out a little bit too far. Yeah. And go back and clean it so that they look as much alike as possible. And then just go back and brush through. Am I the only one that feels like even when I sculpt my brows, one of them always comes out thicker than the other one? And I don't stress too much about it because I can fix it at the top with my foundation. I am going to put just a little bit of powder on top or on my eyelid. And I'm just using right now the NARS sheer powder. It doesn't matter, I'll grab any powder to use up here. And then now I have to choose a palette. I purchased the coffee shop palette and I haven't used it yet. And these are the shades. And I really want to just do something simple. Just a little color on my eyelids today. But you never know. I may change up at any time. So I'm going to go in with a lighter brown shade, which is this one at the top. You know, this palette doesn't have shade names, so I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm just starting in my crease. Just going in and blending lightly. And then I'll just, as I pick up more, I'm blending closer or moving in closer. And still blending though. And this is just simple. You know, you don't have to do too much. Put it on and go. And you just continue this until you get the color payoff that you want. You can go alternate between applying and then going back in and blend, or whichever works best for you. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And this is the eye look that my clients asked for today. And I'm like, that's simple yet cute. So why not? My problem is I like darker creases, so I already know I'm not just gonna leave it like this, but you know, it was nice. It looks nice by itself, so you don't have to do anything else to it, but I know that I am. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this shade right here and tap it on my crease. And it's not that much darker than the one that I applied. But you can see the difference of it on your eye. And I'm just gonna go back in with that first brush that I used and just make sure that it's blended. All right, let's play around with this. I'm gonna leave this palette out just in case I decide to use something else that's in there. Okay, so I'm going to try to get the product to come out of the applicator. Okay, there it is. That should be enough, or maybe too much. So I'm gonna blend it on this side first and see what we get. It smells like a candy that we used to eat as kids. I just can't put the name with it. So this is the side without the product. This is the side with the product. It smells good to me. I'm going to take just a little bit more on this side because I used too much, I think, on the other side. But we'll press it in and see if more is needed. I like the finish of this though. Yeah, I like this. Just move this back so I can make sure that I'm getting it in my hairline. What y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. I like the finish. Indeed. And I think a little of this goes a long way. So what I had left, I put it right back in the top. And I think the hydration that it gives the skin is just that. Like, it doesn't look dewy. It doesn't look like you're sweating. We'll be able to tell more once we apply the powder and everything and it dries down, but looks good to me. I want to go in with 12 so bad. I think I am going to go in with 12. I'm not going to use 9 today. Or we may use it. Let's just apply 12 and see what happens. We'll let that dry down a little bit. And so I do have the bronzer in the shade Dark. And I also have the Saharan Blush Volume 1. I have 1 and 2, but I may use those. So to blend in my concealer, as always, I'm going to use my setting brush from Real Techniques. It is the brush number 402. I went in TJ Maxx today and I did see that they had this brush and 3 other brushes. It wasn't, because I have a brush from them that I use for my foundation normally. It is the brush 202, but there's a there's a BH Cosmetics set that has a similar brush. So this is just the one that I've been pulling because I had it here. They do the same thing, but it didn't have that brush, but it had a smaller brush. So maybe like, let's see, I have a lot of brushes from them. I think it was this one, this purple one, and then it was another one in there for $8.99, which is a good price because the Real Techniques is pricey. And I'm just gonna pat the concealer on my chin and make sure that I am blending out the edges. Even when I go really light underneath my eyes, I always use a darker one on my chin because I don't like it to be too light. And I'm going to do the same for my forehead. And take it like in between my brows. We may end up adding 9. We'll see. Yeah, I think I did a good job with this powder. We'll see. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else I want to do to my lids. And I'm going to start to just blend out the bottom of the concealer. Just kind of like tapping it in the place where it already is. And then moving outward with the excess. And outward and like at an angle, I guess I should say. Something is in my eye. And then I'm gonna go back and blend the edges with the foundation brush. And then I want to see what number 9 does. Which I don't think 9 would make that much of a difference. But I'll let it blend out in a minute. So it gives you a little bit of highlight, but not as bright as I like my concealer. But I do have some mini concealers from Juvia's Place that are lighter, and their concealers are a little bit different. Well, their products in general are, they list them a little bit different than most companies. So the lower the number, the darker the shade. I think I like that too, if they do that. Oh, I gotta think of the candy that this smells like. And I'm gonna use this powder puff to apply the powder underneath my eyes, or in the place where I concealed and brightened. And I'm gonna do the same and put a little bit of number 9 over here, just to mimic what I did on the other side. Again, I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but all right, so we're gonna try this powder on my chin. And on my forehead. I'm not sure how I feel about this powder underneath my eyes. So I'm not going to use the Rosita powder though. I want to do a separate video for that with my other Dominique Cosmetics products. So I'm going to use some of my Sacha Buttercup and see how that works. Because that Juvia's powder to me, it was kind of it looked like it was breaking up my concealer. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I have to try again on another, with another look. Because today is just not today. It made me feel like it was breaking up the concealer. So no, not today. I don't know. I don't know about that powder underneath my eyes. I may have to take that back and get an actual foundation shade to set my foundation with. I don't know how I feel about that, you all. I don't know. I mean, I love the foundation. I don't have any complaints about the foundation. I'm just not sure about the foundation powder. Okay, so we are going to bronze, and I'm going to go in first with the top shade. No shade names. Use the little brush I bought from Shop Miss A. It is a powder brush. It doesn't have a name. Oh, yes, it does. I cannot see this. And I think it's in another language. So I'll put it on camera for anybody that's interested. Because I don't know what that says. So I go in with this lighter shade just to give like a little subtle tone of warmth to my face initially to see how I like it. And then if I want to give more, I add the bottom shade, which is this shade. This is definitely lighter than I normally go for bronzing. But I'm just trying to balance out the boldness of that brown on my eyes. I am going to, let's see how this works with applying the foundation powder on my face to set my foundation. Because that's what it's actually intended for. So that may work like that. Maybe I don't have to take it back. I don't know, guys. definitely have a quick, natural, everyday look. And that's fine. I just don't know how I feel about all of the products together, I guess. I keep wiping my brow. I think let's add some blush and maybe. So I have hair. 2 shades of the blush. Let's see how the orange one is on its own. Now I know that I definitely don't like the powder underneath my eyes, and I'm gonna come closer and hopefully you all can see it. But it settled in my fine lines underneath my eyes. I don't like that. Like, it made them be more noticeable. And I guess nobody's like dead in my face like this, but I can see it, so it's definitely a concern for me. I got powder in my nose. I'm going to use my Sephora stick down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to blend it with my Real Techniques contour brush. I try to blend from my eyeshadow down. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about. Maybe once I do the rest of my face, I will like it more. Right now, I don't know. Where's my brush? I keep wiping away my eyeshadow. Okay, so I want to use. Oh, I want to break stuff. That's what it seems like. I want to put some black liner in my waterline. Maybe that'll help. Let me sharpen this up a little bit. But again, I like the foundation. So that's definitely a plus. Okay. Whew. My eyes are watering. I still don't know how I feel. I'm going to put some mascara on my lower lashes. gonna put some on my top lashes, but I am going to put on some lashes as well. Just getting my natural lashes ready to be blended in with the ones that I'm gonna apply. Now overall, I think my makeups look nice. My makeup looks nice. I'm just not sure about what's going on underneath here. So I am going to apply my lashes and get dressed, and then I'll come back. And then I'm also going to do a follow-up when I come back home. Okay, I am back. This is the final look. What I did was I went back into the coffee shop palette, and I took this cream color right here, and that's what I have in my inner corners. I also went under my lower lash line with that original brown shade that I went in with. On the lids, I added my lashes just a little bit more in my waterline. I lined my lips with the Sephora gel liner in molasses, and I have on a Believe Beauty Velvet Matte Lipstick, and the shade for it is Charmed. It is now 7:15. The event started at 6, so I am about to head out. I do have on a shirt from my son's clothing brand. It just says Fresh Clothing on it. And I'm going to put on a pair of jeans and some tennis shoes or sneakers, and then I'm leaving out the door. So I'll try to follow up back with you all when I come back from the event, just to see how the foundation and the powder wore on my skin. Until then, I'll see you all soon. Hi, I'm just coming back to give you all a follow-up. I have had this foundation on since about 6:30. It is now about 10:30. I have been to my event and I am back. So I do see where I am oily here. Am I oily on my forehead? No oil on my forehead, just on my cheeks and a little bit, not really down my bridge, but definitely on my cheeks and on my chin. Overall opinion of this foundation, I think I love it. As with all foundations, in between your makeup application, you may have to powder, or you may have to blot your face. But other than that, I think it's good. The powder that I initially put underneath my eyes, I will not use it for that purpose anymore. Excuse me. I am going to keep that particular shade, and I'll use it just like I do my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. They're kind of the same shade of color, and I use that sometimes to set my entire face. So I am going to keep the Burkina shade, and I'll continue to use it. And I am going to definitely continue using the Natural Finish foundation in the shade Lagos. And definitely going to continue using the concealer that I purchased today. I hope that this gives you some idea of what the product does, and if you are my shade twin, it kind of gives you a gauge of if you want to go a shade lighter or a shade darker. But for me, I'm gonna stay right here. This is my comfort zone. I'm glad I didn't select a shade that was much darker than me like I normally do. I'm glad I got the one that was closest to my shade. And I'm happy with everything that I tried today. Until next time, stay blessed and blushed.